up guys, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the latest Nintendo Switch release by Atari in Missile Command Recharged. In fact, we're going to go full circle here, starting with the original 1980s arcade release of Missile Command, all the way till the latest installment in this series, marking the 40th anniversary celebration. In fact, we've had a look at other Atari games right here on the channel. Of course, there was that Roller Coaster Tycoon Adventures and the amazing Atari Flashback Collection featuring 150 of the finest Atari games ever produced. One of those is Missile Command, and in that collection you'll find the original arcade release, the port to the Atari 2600 and the Atari 5200, all of which will be shown right here in this review. And I am excited to announce I'll be giving away a copy of Missile Command Recharged. So keep your eye open and scroll down to the comment section to find the link to the giveaway. And with that out of the way, guys, sit back and relax and have a look at Atari's Missile Command Recharged for Nintendo Switch. The original arcade release of Missile Command dates back to 1980 and was inspired by the genuine fear of the Cold War. So much so, in fact, that the original name of the game was Armageddon, which was changed before the game eventually was brought to market. The game has ever since been regarded as one of the best arcade cabinet games of old, and every attempt of porting it hasn't been quite as successful as the original arcade cabinet. This is in large part due to the control scheme. The arcade cabinet contains a trackball with 3 buttons, one for each missile station. When the game was ported to the popular Atari 2600, the version you're looking at right now, the 3 missile stations protecting your 6 cities were collapsed into a single, centrally located battery. Along with the obvious sacrifices in graphics and audio, it's a very toned down version, but still a very solid Atari 2600 game. The game was then ported only a year later to the new Atari 5200 home console to great effect. In just about every possible way, it is a big step up from the Atari 2600 version. From the much improved graphical representation to the speed of the game, it is still a long way from the titular arcade release, however, but one I can still very much enjoy to this very day. During the mid-90s, the game even received a wholesome Game Boy release. It was a good step in the right direction, giving the player 2 missile stations, and overall, it's a pretty solid game for sure. And most importantly perhaps, it made it possible to play the popular game for the first time ever on the go. Now fast forward to 2020. Atari decided to reimagine the game, bringing it full circle, a second coming of the original arcade release, if you will. Missile Command Recharged once more put you in control of 3 missile stations as you defend your 6 precious cities against an onslaught of incoming missiles and foreign objects. It is in fact such a fantastic attempt at bringing that nostalgia to the next level. All of the ingredients are there, from the retro look and feel to the modern yet contained animations, the music and sound effects, incredible speed, and last but not least, the game is portable, allowing you to play wherever you want, whenever you want. It has taken lessons from all of the previous releases and has improved upon the age-old formula. As you play through the game, you rake in points equal to your gameplay scores. These points are tallied up as you put in session after session, and once you feel you've earned enough, spend them in the upgrade section to increase your chances of survival. Upgrade the strength of your missiles, decrease the recharge time of your missile stations, increase missile speed in flight, and shorten the time it takes to rebuild your missile stations once they get destroyed. The effects are permanent, so the more you play, the stronger you will become, making it possible for you to survive longer as you go. This alone will ensure countless hours of playtime, and after a while, you might even see yourself pop up on the leaderboards. In fact, during my first half an hour, I managed to rank in 4th. When I picked up the game a day later though and managed to reach a much higher score, I ranked 12th. Not too bad, but it goes to show there's some serious talent out there. While you can spend your points upgrading your stations and missiles, in-game there are plenty of power-ups for you to utilize, some of which simply come in handy, whilst others can be the difference between life and death. There's the increased blast radius of your missiles, faster recharging of your batteries, increased missile speed, chain shots, homing missiles, shields covering your cities, timeout, and my personal favorite, the bomb, which explodes just about every incoming missile on screen. As far as gameplay is concerned, I did have my worries playing on the big screen with standard controls, as the cursor doesn't move all that fast, to be honest. Although it does give you very precise control over your missile stations with different buttons assigned to the different stations. But the moment I undocked my Nintendo Switch and started playing in handheld, everything just blended together. With the Switch's touchscreen, the gameplay improves significantly. As you tap your finger on the screen, the closest missile station is instructed to release a missile if that one is not recharging at the moment. This does make for a more strategic play, as the difference between a missile being released from the left or right battery can have huge implications for the survival of your cities. Missile Command Recharge for Nintendo Switch is a wonderful reimagining of one of the finest arcade releases ever. It is, in fact, everything the original game was 40 years ago and brings so much more to the table. From the cool graphics, the neon-like graphics, to the music and the sound effects, and from that upgrade system to the temporary power-ups, it is a blast to play. Pun intended. In fact, there is so much replayability value in this game, if only to keep on upgrading your missiles and your batteries, and sure, soon enough you'll find yourself somewhere on that leaderboard, something I'm usually not all that fan of, but hey, once I saw myself ranked in the top 4, I couldn't help but think I can do better than that. In fact, so should you, and if you haven't picked up the game already, be sure to enter the giveaway down in the comment section below. And if you have enjoyed this review, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, drop a comment in the section down below and let me know if you're planning on picking this one up, or maybe you've already achieved some of that high score leaderboard, and I'll see you next time.